You're watching the Western Athletic Conference. It's here on ESPN. We are 1 month away from WAC Vegas, the Western Athletic Conference tournament. And these two teams jockeying for positions. The ACU Wildcats at 6-6 play host to the Utrgv Vaqueros at 4-8. Welcome courtside to Moody Coliseum on the campus of Abilene Christian University. Andy Penny alongside Joseph Chapa. Yeah, these two teams are on their way to WAC Vegas. ACU at 6-6. They're in the 6th place spot. Utrgv is in the 7th place spot. Joseph, both of these teams playing good basketball right now.
Andy, and I think that's kind of the tale of the story here tonight. Both of these teams, kind of what was predicted in the WAC coaches and preseason poll, they can get up and down the floor. They're very tenacious on the rebounds, physicality. All the little things will be the story here tonight.
ACU winners of 2 in a row here on the home court. RGV coming off a win versus Stephen F. Austin last week. Here's a look at those standings again. ACU at 6-6, RGV right behind them at 4-8. Joseph, let's look at our impact players tonight. We've got some good ones on the court. Ayanna Dorsey for RGV. Bella Earl leading the way for ACU.
Ayanna Dorsey is the engine for UTRGV's half-court offense. You get her going, you get her in those high percentage shot actions, and UTRGV's offense is going to be tough to stop. And what is there not to say about Bella Earl? She can score, she can pass, she can play defense, she can rebound. One of the best rebounding guards in the WAC, and I think that's going to be on display here tonight.
2 triple doubles for Bella Earl this year. The last time Dorsey was in Abilene, she put up 34 versus the Wildcats. Hey, we're a 3-man crew this afternoon. Let's send it courtside to the third member of our team. It's Matthew Dela Cruz. Hey, Matthew.
Thanks, guys. The Wildcats come into this one winning the first 2 games of their 4-game homestand. Their success offensively has been led by Bella Earl, the junior guard. Bella Earl's averaging 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists on the season, putting her at 3rd place in the entire country for triple-double scored in a season, getting them in back-to-back games.
Hey, thank you, Matthew. Yeah, Bella Earl certainly playing well. 2 double-figure games last week. 18 points versus Seattle U. 16 versus Utah Valley. It was a 2-0 weekend last weekend for ACU. They're still on the home floor here, but RGV coming off maybe their biggest win of the year as they had a wire-to-wire victory versus Stephen F. Austin last week.
Yeah, Andy, ACU is facing a test here tonight. Both of these teams very similar in style, have very similar playmakers who can score in transition and also score in the half-court setting. And talking about our impact players and Dorsey and Earl, there's more players to talk about on both sides, but I think it's going to come down to a lot of the high percentage shots, who's going to make the shots when it matters the most, especially down the stretch, especially behind the arc. And so we'll see what both these teams have in store for us here tonight.
Ayanna Dorsey is not in the starting lineup, but we'll see her before the night is over. In the center circle, it's Sango and Martin, the Wildcats, win the opening tap. WAC basketball on a Thursday night in Abilene. It's Earl, Hull, Martin, Jackson, and Traeger, the typical starting 5 for the Wildcats. As Martin on the inside with a touch, drop step, and off the right side of the glass, and good. It's a good start for Addison Martin, right at 10 points per contest.
Yeah, always a simple play call for ACU. One of kind of your first scripted actions in the half court is just to give it a number 12, and they did so right there.
Quick foul here on the Wildcats. Peyton Cole picks up the first. Full court pressure here for ACU. We saw that last weekend, putting some pressure on Utah Valley. They'll do it for RGV. Here's a look at the Vaqueros starting 5. Trotter, O'Keefe, Sango, Hackerott, and Sturtevant. Again, Dorsey not in the starting lineup, but we'll see her before night's end. Here's a lengthy shot. Sturtevant on the 3-point shot. Wildcats come in averaging 71.5 a game. RGV at 60 points a game. That's 10th in the conference at 60 points per contest. So ACU wants to push the tempo, get a lot of shots up on the rim. RGV again the win versus Stephen F. Austin, 62-49. A wire-to-wire victory for the Vaqueros at home. Foul here by Zoe Jackson on Kate Hackerott, her first.
Yeah, and I think the question for the Vaqueros is going to be, do they want to kind of match that up and down style of pace as the Wildcats? They want to slow down the half court, run some actions, run some sets here. We'll see what they have in store for their offensive game plan.
Trotter runs the point. Picks up the dribble in a tough spot. Pass deflected. Knocked away and saved inbounds. It's a turnover. And here come the Wildcats. Zoe Jackson, her fourth start at the point guard spot. Hull, the leading scorer, will drive baseline. Contact and the first Vaquero foul on Charlotte O'Keefe. These two teams played in early January 6th down in Edinburgh. Wildcats the better, 62-53. Earl, top of the key, drives with the left hand. Up and under, off the rim, no good. Hackerot the foul. We'll see our first free throws here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, the free throw line, the charity stripe, is something that the Wildcats adding to their offensive arsenal. And who better to do it than Bella Earl, being able to be aggressive, put the ball on the floor, attack downhill, and she's able to get it done here.
So Bella Earl, the junior, Corinth, Texas, Denton Geyer High School. She was a Wildcat in high school. She's a Wildcat here in college. 12.1 points a game. Leads the team in rebounds at 7.5. That's fourth in the WAC. Plays 34 minutes. She's the only Wildcat that's now started all 22 games. It's a 2-for-2 trip. The Wildcats have the first 4 tonight.
And I think from her freshman year, Andy, just that constant growth and work ethic and developing into that big leader here for ACU.
Dorsey already on the floor. She wears number 2. She's got it. ACU shows 2-3 zone. Hackerot faces up. Sango a shot from 12 out. And it's out of bounds. Possession back to the Wildcats. Let's take a look at the head coach of Utrgv. There's Lane Lord. He's in his 6th season with the Vaqueros. A long time at Pittsburgh State in Kansas. 11 years the head coach at Pittsburgh State. All on the inside, has it stripped away. And the turnover here for the Vaqueros. And knocked it out of bounds. It'll stay with RGV. Dorsey, the leading scorer for the Vaqueros at 13.1 a game. That's good enough for 11th in the WAC. Again, scored 34 on this court last year. Deep 3, her first shot of the night's off the rim. Traeger has the rebound. One and done for RGV. Hull a 3 on the other end. Bottoms! Team leader at 3 points. That's her 56th of the year.
And who better to get it done when you get those long rebounds, attacking transition, you want layups or threes. You see number 10 outside behind the arc, wide open, pass the ball, it's going in.
Wildcats average just shy of 9 threes made per contest. Dorsey right back on the other end. Ayana breaks the goose egg for the visitors.
Yeah, and she's got to get something going really, really early here for her team.
In 34 here last year, scored 21 earlier this year versus the Wildcats. Jackson has a 3 spin off. Chance to run here for the Vaqueros. Trotter in the front court. Jackson cuts her off. And a foul out on the outside. And here's a look at Julie Goodenough. Her 12th season leading the Wildcats. She goes for win number 225 tonight here for ACU. You can do the math. That's almost 20 wins per season. Model of consistency. Coach Lord trying to do the same down at RGV in year number 6. Trotter a step. Floating shot good from 5. Hull tried to take the charge. Officials let them play through. And it's 4 in a row now for RGV. Martin back to work and up and under. Contact, foul, chance for a 3-point play.
Well, you see the one-on-one coverage here in the post, and if you're ACU, your coach, Coach Goodenough tells you, you see 12 in the low post, one-on-one, you feed her the basketball. basketball, she's going to go to work, and it's always a luxury when it's an and one opportunity. Great job, great move right there from Addison Martin.
Charlotte O'Keefe, the foul, her second. So early foul trouble on the interior. And O'Keefe will go to the bench. Jada Holloman, number 11, has checked in. Giselle Johnson, the 5'4" freshman, also on the floor. Good start here for Addison, already 4 points. Make it 5 with the free throw.
Yeah, and by being a true threat down low in the low post, kind of dares the defense a little bit. Are you going to foul? Are you going to let me score? And we see it here, Charlotte to keep down foul trouble.
Claire Graham is also in, the sophomore here for ACU. She wears number 23. Emma Troxel, the freshman, number 24. Her first action tonight, too. Sango, the drop step, whistled on a travel. Shuffled the pivot foot. It's a turnover right back to ACU. That's turnover number 2 here in the early going.
Yeah, Martin getting the job done on the offensive end. Same thing, same rule applies on the defensive end. That same type of tenacity, aggressiveness, and discipline is on both ends for Martin.
Bella Earl will run the point, double screen, three-pointer rattles out. Design play out of the stoppage and play. Bella just left it off the rim. But another turnover, now a chance to run. Hull center of the floor, 3-on-3. Kick out to Earl. Possession will stay with the Wildcats.
And these are high percentage shots that you're gaining out of transition. You're doing a great job in your 2-3 zone, forcing the Vaqueros into some long, deep shots. You get the rebound, you get out and run, and now they're just doing a great job at converting as well in the half court with Martin.
Play with the three-man officiating crew tonight. Sean Martin, Victoria Francis, Kara Crossett in between the strikes. There's Martin again going to work. Game plan, Addison Martin, I think.
Absolutely. Again, that's your number one source on the offensive end. If you're Coach Lane Lord here, next dead ball, next time out, you're going to have to make an adjustment.
Already with 7. Quick shot falls out, no good. Here come the Wildcats again. In RGV, it's 60 points a game, so points will be at a premium. Claire Graham rattles home a 3, and it's a Lane Lord RGV timeout. Wildcats have busted open a double-digit lead here early. 15-4, 4:28 left. WAC basketball on ESPN.
Vegas is back. The best fans, championship basketball, all in exciting Las Vegas. Join us March 13th through the 16th at the Orleans Arena for the 2024 Hercules Tires WAC basketball tournament. Don't miss the crowning of a men's and women's champion. For more information, go to wacsports.com/WACVegas.
Now, welcome home, Wildcats. Moody Coliseum, the long time home of ACU basketball, is back.
This is the premier ACU Wildcat offense. Look at that gem.
Go to Earl on the left side. 3 on the way. It's something good. Third triple here in the first quarter for the Wildcats.
For you as a player, your freshman year, what do you think has changed the most about you as a person from when you came here and who you are now?
I think I've matured a lot on the court and off the court, and my confidence has gone up. I think like as a freshman, I was always worried about like what other people were thinking about me, if like basketball-wise and also like off the court. And I think Coach Goodenough and the coaching staff and all the coaches that have come through ACU and my teammates that are here now and that have graduated also have helped me become like the person I am today.
having people that played sports in your family growing up, what was that like?
Doctors and nurses are the foundation of healthcare, but it takes people from all different backgrounds, experiences, and education with unique talents and skills to fulfill our mission of providing high-quality healthcare, emphasizing excellence and compassion consistent with the healing ministry of Jesus Christ. Join our team of educators, nurses, accountants, pharmacists, environmental service techs, transporters, and more. Be part of something that matters.
It's an 8-0 run for the Wildcats. They've got a 15-4 lead. Andy Penny alongside Joseph Chapa. Joseph, let's look at our keys to the game.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better start if you're ACU. Getting some high percentage shots, and now you're going to continue that physicality battle. You see here UTRGV failed to get an early start, but if you can get out and transition, defend the three and the layups, I think you got a chance to continue to eliminate this run.
Addison Martin, 7 points early. She'll get her first breather. It's Meredith Mays, number 14. Freshman is on the floor in Bixby, Oklahoma. She'll get her first touch in the paint, go to work. It's off the glass and good. Great start tonight for the home team.
Couldn't have asked for a better start. It's the inside-out attack led by Martin, now Meredith Mays, and when you got some great three-point shooters like Traeger and Graham, I mean, it's just an all-around offensive effort.
Here's Faith Phillips, number 22. Her entry pass knocked away into the hands of Hull. 3-on-3 for Peyton. Hesitation step. Kicks out, now skip pass to Graham. Claire already with a three tonight. Bella Earl off again. Mays too strong on the putback. And now a foul in the open floor. I believe Claire Graham the foul. In the Wildcats, it's just shy of 9 threes made per contest. They've got 2 here tonight already. Peyton Hull with 1, Claire Graham with 1. But points in the paint already 8 tonight for the Wildcats too. 8-2 the lead. And on a 10-0 run to build the 13-point lead. Dorsey top of the key, works on Earl. Contact, charge call. Ayanna Dorsey has her first.
And when you talk about Bella Earl, you know, again, right now currently 0-3 from deep. But it's like, okay, if I'm not having my shots falling right now, I'm going to go and have some shots fall on the defensive end and pick up charges, add to the charge wall, do the little things, rebound, you know, set screens, move out the basketball. That's what makes her special as a player. And you see it there, just, again, eliminating the actions and sources of offense for UTRGV.
Gracie Wernley, number 22, another freshman on the floor. Ashton McCory is also in for RGV. She wears number 10. 2-3 zone for the Vaqueros. Graham another three. And Troxel gets called, I believe, with a push. And it is Emma Troxel the foul. The 17-4 score was the same score from Saturday at the end of the first quarter. ACU had a 17-4 lead versus Utah Valley. Julie Goodenough very pleased with their defensive effort last week versus the 2 opponents that they had last week. Holding Seattle U to 63. They held Utah Valley to 53. At the line, McCory, her first free throw attempt.
And I think that's what's different about this team compared to the fall, Andy, is that the intensity that they bring offensively is, I think, maybe even sometimes greater on the defensive end. And so that's what makes them really, really special.
McCory, a 1-for-2 trip, the grad transfer, Garden City Community College, Wichita, Kansas. McCory also played on the UTRGV soccer team in the fall. So, pretty decorated athlete. There's Wernley at 3, nothing but the bottom of the net.
Well, if you're UTRGV, you switch to the 2-3 zone to protect the paint. But what does that allow? It allows, you know, shooters of ACU to attack and knock down some three-pointers, and they did so right there.
Phillips to try to answer. And it's out on the near sideline. That Wernley's 18th 3 of the year. Get another look at it.
Yeah, you see it there. Just a simple 2-on-1 passing action there behind the arc. And again, that's how you break a 2-3 zone. And if you're UTRGV, how are you going to defend the all-around effort that ACU has been performing so far at a very high percentage level?
That's a tough spot for Coach Lord because the interior's gone the way of the Wildcats. So you switch to 2-3 zone, and that's the bread and butter of ACU. right on point. Emma Troxel. Fourth three-pointer made here in the first quarter.
Well, you go back to your coaching philosophies. What are you going to give up? You know threes are worth more than two, but you know that's a less higher percentage shot than layups and post moves. And so it's going to be interesting to see how they attack their defensive game plan.
Trotter a spin on the drive, Sturdivant. Whistle, travel call. Step through a double team and then traveled as she kicked it out.
Yeah, indeed, this 16-1 run over the past 4 minutes, I mean, it says more, I think, even on the defensive end than it does offensively. They kind of coexist.
Jackson back on the floor, top of the key, works against Dorsey. Wernley will run it down, 12 on the clock. Gracie, another three on the way, left this one short. Hackerot the board. Trotter coming in a hurry the other way. And McCory, look at the three. And foul here on the floor. Mays a push of Hackerot. RGV in the bonus, so Hackerot to the line. She'll shoot two. Kate Hackerot, the 5'11 junior, transferred from Central Missouri. First season at RGV, and boy, she's having a great time. Her dad, Kevin, is the associate head coach for the Vaqueros, so a lot of dad-daughter time this year. Boy, she's played so well this year. She's got 4 double-doubles on the year, 17 points, 11 rebounds in that win versus SFA last week. She's been the WAC Newcomer of the Week. That was back in November. And 1 for 2 trip.
Yeah, first in the WAC in rebounding, and not only do they need her talents and skill set on the rebounding, crashing the glass on offensively, defensively, but maybe call some sets and actions for her in the half court to get you going here offensively.
Vaqueros have switched back here to half court man-to-man. We go under a minute here in the first quarter. Wernley right side. 8 on the shot clock. Entry pass finds Mays. She'll go to work with McCory. And Meredith Mays off the glass and good. She's got 4.
Well, a great setup right there from Wernley, just kind of chewing down the game clock there, and again, just feeding it to Mays on the one-on-one post coverage, and ACU's been perfect at that here so far tonight.
One final look here in the quarter for RGV. Hackerot squares up, whistle though, and a illegal screen call on McCory. It will go as a turnover. It's turnover number 8 in the quarter.
Yeah, as dominant as the Wildcats have been offensively, even more defensively, and your UTRGV right now, I think about 23 seconds left, but heading into the next quarter, what can you do differently to make this a different ball game than it is here in this first quarter?
Shot clock is off. Jackson will dribble it down for the final shot. Tristan Keller, the sophomore, is on the floor here. She's on the left side of the setup. 7 on the clock. Pick and roll to Mays. Left-handed shot. Off the rim. It's loose. Mays at the buzzer. Left it short. That's how the quarter comes to an end. The Wildcats end the quarter on an 18-2 run. 7 Wildcats already in the scoring column. They've got a 19-point lead after 10 minutes here in Abilene. Wildcats the 19-point lead as we start the second quarter play. Hey, let's send it courtside. Third member of our team, and Matthew Dela Cruz. Matthew.
Thanks, guys. UTRGV women's basketball program has had a rocky opening to this season, starting it with an 11-game losing streak. Additionally, UTRGV is currently 9th in the WAC, but don't get it twisted. This squad is talented. Led by 5'6" guard Ayanna Dorsey, UTRGV's focus this game is on reestablishing momentum heading into the latter half of conference play. With the win tonight, UTRGV will have 2 in a row for the second time this season. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Matthew. It was a tough first quarter for the Vaqueros, just 2 for 8 shooting in that first quarter, just 8 field goal attempts. They went the last 6 minutes without a field goal make, but still plenty of basketball left. Coach Lord will keep them plugging here in the last 3 quarters of action.
Yeah, and that's the sign of hope here is, a lot of time left, but again, defending shots like that, you can't have a lot of those open attempts here for ACU.
Wildcats shoot 47% in the first quarter. Here's a whistle and an offensive foul call. It's called on Sango, fighting for position on the inside. But the offensive foul goes another turnover.
Yeah, man, I mean, you know, drawing offensive fouls, I think, to me, is equivalent to just making three-point shots. It just kind of sucks the life out of you as a basketball team. I think ACU, that's what they're doing a great job of here tonight.
Martin led the way with 7 points. She has a touch here in the paint. Step through Sango, the block. Late whistle, and I believe Sango just picked up another. Actually, no, check that. It's on Holloman. Holloman helped defense. Picks up the foul. A tough spot on Holloman. Just kind of got caught in the wrong spot as Martin came down after she made her move. Contact goes the way of Addison. Another free throw good here for Martin, the sophomore, coming off, or back, I should say, after missing 4 games with the ankle injury. Turned the ankle versus California Baptist. Missed 4 games, but was special last week. 12 points, got 24 minutes in versus Seattle U, then 10 points in 29 minutes versus Utah Valley. So I think she's back to 100%. Here's Hakarat attacking the basket. She's got it up and good. And a chance for a three-point play. Really the first time RGV's been able to break the press and attack after breaking the press.
And for Utrgv, you got to give it to number 12 here. Just a great job at just moving the basketball, breaking that press like you just mentioned, Andy, and getting Cade Hakarat to the free throw line, and one of your best players. And again, not only do you need her presence down low with the rebounding, crashing, and attacking the glass, but also getting to the free throw line and being aggressive, getting some points.
She's led RGV in scoring 6 times this year. Comes up short on the free throw. Martin now with the dribble. Traeger with the left hand. 10 on the shot clock. Hull's going to have to create. She'll drive. Good defense there as the shot blocked at the rim. Utrgv with good defense. Trotter gives to Holloman. Holloman, the freshman. Now Sango in the paint. Double team comes over. Whistle, I believe a jump ball call. Vaqueros had it to start the quarters. Possession arrow facing the Wildcats.
Yeah, and again, coming into this game, what's on our keys of the game radar, and it's being physical, winning that physicality battle, and they're doing so here, and that's one of the main components of why they're up here so early.
Again, Julie Goodenough talked about in her coaches show this week, we hang our hat on offense, but our defense has been much better. Been very pleased with our defensive effort. 19-point lead here early in the second. Traeger, another look at a 3. Offensive board, Earl. Jump ball this time will go the way of RGV. Vaqueros still 0 for 4 from deep. 2 of 5 at the free throw line. Still just 9 field goal attempts. 12.5 minutes deep. Just 9 field goal attempts. ACU at 9 of 22. Utrgv long 3 in the corner. Sango a touch on the rebound, but into the hands of Martin. And Hull left open in transition. Earl had it, Graham corrals it. Whistle, and this one going the way of RGV, a foul here on the Wildcats.
Yeah, Andy, and a lot of these shots that ACU's taking, we saw the 3 right there from Peyton Hull, and a lot of these other shots, I mean, they're just wide open. They're also crashing the offensive glass, and so that's really the only weakness that ACU has shown here so far in the second quarter is just missing wide open shots, and that's just a part of the game of basketball. If you're Utrgv, you got to capitalize on those errors right here and push the pace a little bit. You can't go deep and slow into your half-court game plan. You got to push the pace a little bit because of the deficit.
O'Keefe back in with 2 fouls. Trotter runs the show. Dorsey right side. Dorsey was quiet in that first quarter. Just 2 points on 1 of 2 shooting. O'Keefe will give to Dorsey. Lob pass to Hackerott. Earl knocks it away in the help defense. 7 on the shot clock.
You mentioned earlier is the intensity, how Coach Goodenough and her ball club hang their hat defensively as well. I think we're seeing that each and every play here in the half court.
Dorsey with 3 to work with. Deep 3 as the shot clock runs out, and what a shot, Ayanna Dorsey. 3 from deep.
She's a very talented player, Andy, and again, you're gonna need not one, but a lot of those, more and more out of her, and again, just very, very talented.
Her 25th 3 of the year. Dorsey now a foul. Earl driving to the basket. But check this out from way downtown.
Yeah, right here, just dribbling out the shot clock, going near the logo, and Stephen Curry, I know that's a lot of players' inspirations, and yeah, I was a little bit of a Stephen Curry back in my day, you know, but now it's Dorsey's turn.
Earl to try to answer, and she will. Bella Earl's first triple tonight, her 38th of the year.
So if Dorsey's Curry, then Earl's got to be like Damian Lillard or something. I mean, great, some sharpshooters.
And now Trotter from 3. They're wetting our whistle for the NBA three-point contest this weekend.
And now we're just in three-point territory here. It used to be a little bit of a chess match physicality, but now both these teams are letting the trigger loose here behind the arc.
Martin faces up at the free throw line. Works with O'Keefe with 2 fouls. And got it to go. Boy, Addison Martin. 4 for 4 from the field, 3 for 3 from the line. She's in double figures already with 11.
Yeah, the back to the basket game and also the face-up post game. She can do it all.
Her 10th double figure game. Now whistle to foul call. As Dorsey holding that right knee, a little slow to pop up.
Yeah, up the triple thread here and just kind of drawing to there, kind of that right knee as you're going with that right hand floater. Again, in basketball, if you're finished with your right hand, your right part of your lower body is also going up in the air, so she kind of got that banged up here. She's here at the free throw line.
She is trying to fight through some pain until she is not feeling comfortable as she steps to the line. She's an 85% free throw shooter. Leads the WAC in free throw percentage. And a bum knee doesn't even matter. In 34 here last year, 21 in the first meeting this year with the Wildcats. And she's got them both. She'll check out. They'll check on that right knee. Holloman back in.
Just kudos to her for just staying in and knocking down those free throws. It just shows a lot of that toughness and that care that you have, not only for you, but also for the entire team. That's what you do it for at the end of the day, and hope she's all right here as she heads to the bench.
Here's Earl on a backdoor cut, layup on the right side. Just like that, Bella's up to 7 tonight.
Yeah, good little 1-2 punch between Earl and Martin here for ACU, and got a great supporting cast around them.
Sturdivant left side, so Wildcats show their zone look. Hackerott, skip pass. Trotter with 4. Check that, it's Holloman with 4. And the shot clock, the shot got off and the shot goes in. Sturdivant, as the shot clock hits 0.
Yeah, great little runner right there on the shot clock, and Utrgv is getting some shots to fall, getting their offense going.
Already past their output of points in the first quarter. Just scored 6 in the first, already 12 here in the second. Martin, another jumper, her first miss tonight. And she'll hit herself on the chest, say, my bad. It was a heat check. 34-18. This will step aside here. Wildcats still on top by 16. WAC basketball on ESPN. 34-18, you can see our score. RGV 4 for 5 here in the second quarter, shooting it much better. Hey, stay with us. Coming up at the half. We'll send it upstairs. You can see our guys up there after Matthew Delagarza will interview Coach Julie Goodenough. Just see the boys. You saw them there briefly. Roman and Joshua upstairs. That's coming up here at the half at Moody Coliseum. Joseph, it was the start for the Wildcats. They built an early double-digit lead, and they've been there ever since.
Well, offense, defense, just having a fantastic game here so far in the first half on both phases of the basketball. And I think right now for UTRGV, you're finding some sources of life, whether it's shots near the logo, shots down to the buzzer. I mean, you got to get something consistent going here, and I think they're going to try and find it.
The officials did check that Utrgv bucket right at the end of the shot clock a moment ago. They reviewed it, but it was good. It beat the shot clock. Now here's Holloman, three-pointer. The southpaw left it short. Troxel has the board. And RGV shooting it much better here in this second quarter, 4 of 6. Earl, another three. Her second tonight. She's into double figures with 10.
Again, Bella Earl, an all-around player, and once again, you get those shots to fall. It's going to be very hard for UTRGV to figure out what are they going to allow in the half court.
Her 14th double-figure game, 4 in a row now for the junior. And Hackerott will answer. Hackerott, not a huge three-point shooter, just her 11th of the year. But she's starting to find the hot touch. She's got 6. Hull coming back, blocked by Sengo. Bodies on the floor, last touch by Hull on its way out. Get a look here. Hull drives. Sengo the block. And a hustle play, but Peyton touched it last.
Diving for loose balls, getting those 50-50 ones. That's what it's all about. I think we're going to start to see more of that grit and grind action here towards the end of the second quarter.
Trotter the floater, and it's up and good. Well, the shot selection's been much better here in the quarter, too. Trotter, who averages 5.3, is already at that average. And then some. She's got 7. This is a critical 2:45 here for RGV. I mean, it feels like they've been miles behind, but really they're just a few possessions from making this a game halfway through. Hackerott caught in the paint, 3-second violation. Turnover number 12.
Yeah, Andy, and the momentum that the Vaqueros were building here in the middle to late second quarter, it's all going to go away when you have those plays like that, those kind of forced errors, and then ACU now gives them the opportunity to take advantage of that.
All against a double team, gets it to go, and a foul. 3 points the old way, old-fashioned way. She'll try to finish it.
Well, what a move here again. Putting the ball on the floor, making a man miss, and then again, just going up against 2 with that nice Euro step. And Peyton Hull, a fantastic sharpshooter for the Wildcats, but also going to put the ball on the floor and get to the free throw line.
Utrgv the foul, her first. Hull's got 6. It's now a 17-point spread. It's the largest of the night. Trotter again with 7, leads the way. Hackerott has 6. Ten on the shot clock. Three from Trotter. She's got it up and good. Hot hand feeder, her 5th double-figure game of the year. Trotter with 10 here in the first half, keeping RGV in this thing.
Yeah, and I think if you're UTRGV, whatever was on the next play call, you scratch that, you just draw a 0, and you feed the ball to Trotter.
Trotter might be called upon here. I don't know if we'll see Ayanna Dorsey again tonight. She has an ice bag on that right knee. Now whistle an illegal screen call on the Wildcats. But Dorsey, who went out with 5.5 minutes left here in the second quarter, now on the bench with an ice bag on that right knee. I don't know if we'll see her again tonight, Joseph.
Well, either way, it's going to motivate the rest of her teammates to pick up the scoring load and kind of fill in her shoes here for the rest of this ball game. It also allows her to be a coach here, kind of on the sidelines, kind of be that extra coach here for the Vaqueros. So they're not missing anything but just her action here on the hardwood.
Hackerott versus Troxel. Good defense there by Emma. Boy, Emma's played well here as of late, the freshman. Her minutes have gone way up here in the last 7 games. It's Martin another touch, the step through. Earl an offensive board.
1 minute.
Wernley a 3. And over the top of the backboard. Got to talk about Emma Troxel. Emma is now 4th on the team in minutes per game at 18.7. Really took those Addison Martin minutes when Addison was hurt. She and Meredith Mays split those minutes. Addison now back, but Emma staying on the floor. Julie Goodenough says she's the spark plug off the bench. 10 on the clock for the hot hand Trotter. She'll fire again. Does not get the friendly bounce this time. About a 4-second difference, game clock, shot clock. Wernley into the paint. Jackson a touch, she'll drive. And last touched off of Martin's foot. So RGV will get the final look here in the first half.
Heading into halftime for ACU, it's kind of just tweaking the little things. You've got a great lead here. You want to keep that consistent. I think for UTRGV, you head to the locker room with a lot of positives, offensively, defensively, doing the little things, and now adding some of that extra motivation with Ayanna Dorsey probably out of the game with the ice bag on her right knee, but Trotter's been leading the way here so far.
Trotter has it top of the key with 5 to go. Loses her footing. Sturdivant drives at the buzzer. Got it to go. Chance for a 3-point play right at the end of the half. And Sturdivant, I thought the clock was going to run out on her. It's the second time here in the quarter. She beat the shot clock earlier. She beats the game clock this time. A chance for a 3-point play.
Well, what a perfect way to put a bow here on the first half for UTRGV, hitting the locker room with a lot of positives, and especially that one's going to be one on up there on the list.
It's a 6-0 run to end the first half. ACU had their largest lead at 17. It's down to 11 here at the break, 40-29. We will send it down courtside. Julie Goodenough is with Matthew De La Garza. Matthew, it's all yours.
Thanks, guys. I'm courtside with Coach Julie Goodenough. Coach, what did you see out of the Wildcats defensively in that first half?
Defensively, I think there's a lot of things we need to talk about at halftime. We've got a lot of miscues, defensive lapses where we gave them some pretty good looks. So we just got to kind of right the ship defensively.
And then Addison Martin went off in that first half. What did you see from her, and how will you continue to involve her offensively?
Well, we tried to run some sets to get the ball in her hands pretty early in the possession, and she's done a great job making reads and choosing her post moves.
Perfect. Thank you, Coach. Back to you, fellas.
Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Coach Goodenough. We're at the half. It's ACU 40, UTRGV 29. Joshua Varner, Roman Raffelli, they're coming up upstairs here at the half. WAC basketball. It's on ESPN.
Welcome back inside Moody Coliseum. You're watching Abilene Christian University take on UT Rio Grande Valley. The Wildcats lead 40-29 here at halftime. Welcome up to the third floor here in Moody Coliseum. I'm Joshua Varner alongside my friend Roman Raffelli. Roman, really good first half for both teams. What are you seeing that stands out to you?
Well, the Wildcats came out in a super aggressive full court press to begin the game, and then dropped into a 2-3 zone and forced 8 early turnovers, which led to a 17-4 run, led by Addison Martin 7 points early in the first quarter. They've been phenomenal defensively. They've just been unable to get the ball down to the backcourt if you're the Vaqueros, and the Wildcats have put a lot of pressure on them, not let them run their game in the paint, and have played really solid defense, which has led to great offense on the other side.
Yeah, and touching on that offense on the other side, they have 17 attempts from the three-point line. Currently, the Wildcats are ranked 6th in the nation for the number of three-point attempts they have per game, averaging about 29 per game. Also a note from Ayanna Dorsey from the Vaqueros, suffered a knee injury but still shot 2 from 2 from the line. Really hurting on that, really good heart coming from her.
Yeah, it's her second game in a row not starting for the Vaqueros after being one of their starting guards all season long. She played 9 minutes before getting hurt, had 7 points in those minutes, so she was very effective before the injury. The Wildcats have also played exceptional transition defense. They've forced 12 turnovers from the Vaqueros, but no points off those turnovers and no points in transition either. So playing really great defense and just phenomenal all around.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of those first half stats. Yeah, ACU really led well out of that first quarter, led with 25 points to only 6 coming from the Vaqueros. The Vaqueros really turned it on the offense, coming in with 23 points, with ACU only scoring 15 in that second quarter.
Yeah, and having 2 double-digit scores is huge, especially for a team that has a lot of depth and just plays all around really great basketball. Speaking of transitions, it's crossover season here at ACU. Got a full list of events coming down the spring stretch here as we finish up the semester. And one of those big events being the WAC tournament, hosted in Las Vegas, March 13th through the 17th. ACU currently the 6th seed, really looking to make a push there and maybe make a run in the tournament.
Yep. Yeah, and as we start to run down to the end of the game or end of the season for both the men and women's basketball, it's opening day tomorrow for men's baseball. It starts at 2 p.m. tomorrow. You can watch that game right here on ESPN. It's the home opener tomorrow as well for ACU softball. That'll be at 4 o'clock against Houston Christian University. That'll start off their run at the home tournament here on campus.
Yeah, one of my personal favorite events here at ACU is Sing Song. That's going to be April 5th through the 7th. Various on-campus clubs and organizations are going to put on skits, sing songs, do a whole grand thing. It's a ton of fun, especially if you're a Wildcat. And then to end it all, we have graduation May 10th. Super fun. Really looking forward to seeing some of our seniors walk across that stage and end their career as a Wildcat.
Yep. Yeah, no, definitely going to miss a bunch of guys here at ACU TV. And that'll do it for us here at the end of the first half. I've been Joshua Varner, that's Erwin Raffelli. And now we're going to take it over to an ACU TV feature on starting guard Bella Earl. Guys, take it away.
On the way. It's up and good. Third triple here in the first quarter for the Wildcats.
For you as a player, your freshman year, what do you think has changed the most about you as a person from when you came here and who you are now?
I think I've matured a lot on the court and off the court, and my confidence has gone up. I think as a freshman, I was always worried about what other people were thinking about me, if basketball-wise and also off the court. And I think Coach Goodenough and the coaching staff and all the coaches that have come through ACU and my teammates that are here now and that have graduated also have helped me become the person I am today.
Having people that played sports in your family growing up, what was that like for you in your early days?
So I have two older siblings, and my dad played professional sports, and so I was kind of thrown into every sport there was, and I just went out there and I wanted to compete with my brother and his friends, and so I think that kind of put me at an advantage against other girls my age, and I just had that competitive mindset in really anything, whether it was sports or just board games at my house with my family. I always wanted to win, and so I think that just really helped me.
Tell me about your dad, Guy, what type of person he is and what he's chosen to do with his life, and what you think of that and how that affects you and hopefully other people.
Sports standpoint, coming from a professional athlete, he always pushed me to be the player I am. He still texts me every day about, getting in the gym and getting better, but also being a pastor. He is always so caring and loves other people so well, and I think that has helped me, the person I am, loving other people well. And we do daily devotional texts to each other, so we'll send pictures of our book that we read together. And so I think just it's a great balance of pushing me on the court, but also pushing me to be the Christian woman I am.
Inbounds to Earl, 3 in the corner, good. The 12th triple today on the Wildcats.
You seem like when you play, you are having fun. It doesn't, you don't really have to guess. You seem like you smile and stuff. Why is that help you, or why is that who you are out on the floor?
I love playing basketball. I always have, and I think whenever you're going out there and having fun while you play, it's gonna benefit you. And so I just go out there and work hard, and the play is gonna come to me. If my teammates are having fun out there too, it also helps me. And so I just think going out there and having a smile on my face really just helps the environment of the team. And so I try and always do that, and it's helped me a lot.
Yeah, Welcome back inside Moody Coliseum. We get ready to start the second half. The Wildcats an 11-point lead here at the halftime break. ACU 40 and UTRGV 29. As we welcome you back inside Moody Coliseum. Andy Penny and Joseph Chapa. Joseph, had I told you RGV shot 50% in the first half, ACU just 40%. Well, that's true, but 15 more field goal attempts for the Wildcats. 35 compared to just 20 field goal attempts for RGV, 12 turnovers for the Vaqueros, just 3 for the Wildcats. That's the tail of the tape here in the first half.
And I think that second quarter was kind of the game-changing moment, that momentum shifting for the Vaqueros, getting back here into this ball game. I think if you're ACU, you're doing the right things on both phases of the basketball, offensively, defensively. It's all about who's going to be consistent. That's going to be the winner of this ball game.
6 3-point makes for the Wildcats in the first half. Peyton Hull got the Wildcats started early. Ayanna Dorsey, a nice first half, but she went down with a knee injury with 5.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Don't know if we'll see her again. ACU had a 15-4 lead. They led by 11 at that point. They've led by double digits ever since.
Yeah, and I think, again, for ACU, kind of that all-around facet for them offensively, defensively. For UTRGV, Trotter leading the way, kind of pushing that pace. The question was, Andy, that we had heading into this ball game, ACU likes to push the basketball, get up and down the floor, layups and threes. You see here, another triple by Bella Earl, and I think UTRGV is trying to find their formula of slowing the pace down, getting high efficient shots like here, but also trying to find ways to stop players like Bella Earl and Allison Martin from succeeding.
Martin has 11, Earl has 10 to lead the way for ACU. Peyton Hull also with 6 there in the first half. Tiara Trotter, the 10-point first half. She played really well. Dorsey again with 7, but don't know if we'll see her again here tonight. Nice first half as well for Cade Hackerott. Hackerott in that first half had 6 points as well. Wildcats led by as many as 17, but a 6-0 run to end the first half on a nice finish by Utrgv. 3-point play as RGV back within 11, the closest they've been since 15-4 early in the first quarter. Wildcats the opening possession as we get this second half underway. Martin will square up and hit the jumper. And Addison Martin, who was 4 for 6 in the first half, typically on drives to the right block, but there she hits the jump shot. Utrgv was hot late in the first half. She'll start hot early in the second half.
Yeah, that's a great sign for UTRGV early on coming out of the gate, is kind of keeping that hot hand and keeping that 3-point streak here and sending it on over to the start of the third.
Hull to try to answer. Utrgv had a 20-point game versus SFA earlier this year where she hit 4 threes. She hit 5 threes versus Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Back-to-back trips. She'll back rim this one. O'Keefe an offensive board. O'Keefe, the only player in the WAC that has a 20-rebound game this year. She did that versus Seattle U. Missed the shot. Here come the Wildcats. Martin will go to work with O'Keefe. Traeger, 3, left wing, well long. This is a critical little stretch here. Again, RGV back within 10 and possession. Have not been within single digits since about the 7-minute mark of the first quarter. It's Holloman to drive. Nice catch, Hackerott. And back to Utrgv. Another triple good, top of the key.
What an amazing offensive possession. Down to the clock, again, moving the basketball, sharing the sugar. It's going to be a little bit of a chess match between Goodenup and Lord here in this kind of critical stretch as you just mentioned, Andy.
It's a 12-2 RGV run dating back to the end of the first half. Hull going baseline. Nice job with the off shoulder to create some space on Trotter. Hull's got 8. Mismatch there in height. Hull at 5'11", Trotter at 5'4". Holloman the spin, Trotter directing traffic. Dorsey has taken the ice bag off the right knee as a 3 up and good by Holloman. And the hot shooting from the outside continues.
And now for the Wildcats, you got to make that defensive adjustment, staying in man, but playing up and forcing the Vaqueros to put the ball on the floor and drive.
It's a 6-point game. Martin left side against O'Keefe. Martin's got 15.
Yeah, going back to what's always been working, what got you here in the first place with this huge lead. And again, Martin just doing a great job at just putting the ball on the floor and making those high percentage shots.
Another look for Holloman. Another triple for Holloman. RGV back within 5.
Then as a team, it challenges you to match that intensity offensively, and I think ACU's trying to do that with Hull and Martin.
Hull will challenge O'Keefe. Martin the offensive board, and there's 2 more. Julie Goodenough's wants a timeout. She wants to talk defense. Back and forth we go. Great pace here in the second half. Wildcats, they're hanging on. They got a 7-point lead. Back to Abilene. Wildcats have a 7-point lead, but RGV, the hot hand here. Joseph, 4 for 5 from deep here to start the second half. Wildcats still keeping pace.
Well, Andy, UTRGV is shooting like me in the rec. I just can't miss, you know? I mean, whether it's from the corner 3, from the long 3, no, I'm kidding. But again, UTRGV has done a fantastic job. This is what Coach Goodenough said in her coach's show and the press conference leading up to this game, is that they never, ever quit. Doesn't matter how much they're down by, and we're seeing the results of that here.
The visitors are 8 for 15 from 3 tonight. They've only hit 10 threes once in a game. Sturtevant will step inside the 3-point arc and just bury that 10-foot jumper on the baseline.
And it's a change of mindset, too. I think in the first quarter, your confidence was stripped away. And then now the confidence is all but there. And again, UTRGV just playing with some great confidence here shooting-wise.
Jackson a drive with the left hand. Beats Trotter to the rim. Zoe's first 2 tonight. Sturtevant with 13. Trotter has 10. Holloman 6. Hackerott 6. Dorsey again on the bench with 7. Triple left side. Holloman's got another.
Now, usually I stop at making 10 threes in a row. I think they're going to break my streak here, Andy. Again, what is ACU going to do defensively? And again, how are they going to match that? Because sometimes your best defense is your best offense.
Here's Earl, a spin. Up and good.
And then you got to be careful because you don't want to fall into the trap of the 3s versus the 2s. And again, I'm no mathematician, but you know what wins there, and especially down the stretch heading into the 4th.
Wildcats are 3 for their last 3. Vaqueros are 5 for their last 5. Fireworks have busted out here in mid-February. Hackerott a spin. Left it short, Earl the board. Bella's closing in on a double-double tonight, 12.7 rebounds. Martin, tough catch. One-on-one with O'Keefe. Addison again goes to work, left hand. Good defense, O'Keefe, late whistle. And Charlotte O'Keefe has her 3rd. Under 5 timeout here in the 3rd quarter. Wildcats, they're hanging on. They've got a 6-point lead. Six-point Wildcat lead. The shooting has continued to warm up. Both teams are 6 for 9 here in the 3rd quarter. RGV is 5 for 6 from deep, and they just keep chipping away. Joseph down to a 6-point spread.
Yeah, Andy, they've really turned it on here in the second half, kind of carrying that momentum from the late 2nd quarter. And again, if you're ACU, you don't want to fall into that 3s versus 2 game, and especially down towards the stretch of the end of the game. And I think ACU here is going to come out with some different tactics to shut down the shooting of UTRGV.
Martin a 1 for 2 trip. She has 18. Her season high is 20 this year. She scored that in overtime versus SFA. So great offensive output for Addison tonight. Vaqueros got within 4 just a moment ago. It's the closest they've been since well early in the game. Hackerott right side. Sturtevant the hot hand, as well as Trotter and Holloman. Trotter will pull the trigger. Missed everything out of bounds. RGV was down 19 at the end of the first quarter, 25-6. You wonder in games like this when you use so much energy to get back, once you get back, do you still have energy to finish?
Well, that's the challenge, right? And especially you're making a bunch of shots in that first miss. How do you react to that? You know, they always say a true test of someone's character is how you respond to adversity. How are you going to respond to when you're making 8 shots in a row, but you missed that first one? How are you going to bounce back from that? I think that's going to be the test for Utrgv.
Sango, her second foul on the inside. Martin will go to work against her again. Whistle, shuffled the pivot foot, and got called for a travel. Hey, let's send it courtside to the third member of our crew tonight, Matthew De La Garza. Matthew?
Thanks, guys. Vaquero guard Ayanna Dorsey went down with an apparent knee injury earlier in the second quarter. After talking to the training staff, she is still questionable to return for the remainder of this matchup. Dorsey suffered a knee injury in this matchup last year in Moody in this matchup. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Matthew. We'll keep an eye on that. The ice bag has been moved off that right knee, but boy, the way she went down halfway through that second quarter did not look promising of a return. 7 points, the leading score for the Vaqueros at 13.1. Her teammates have picked her up, though, over the course of the last 12 minutes. Hackerod a drive, fouled by Martin.
Well, and strategically, Andy, if you're Coach Lynn Lord and the medical staff, again, going to the tournament, you want to save her health and her body, and again, but in the meantime, you can have Hackerod doing the heavy lifting here offensively and also crashing the glass. But again, you look at it, again, you see the fight for the Vaqueros, never giving up, and Dorsey is a fantastic player for them. They're certainly going to miss her. But again, you think long term, and you're going to make this wise decision.
We mentioned Hackerod. Her dad is on this staff. Her dad, Kevin, the associate coach. You can see him right behind Coach Lord, sitting there on the bench. He was fortunate enough to coach Cade at Goddard High School there in Kansas, Wichita, Kansas. Then they went their separate ways. Cade, the player, went to Central Missouri. And when that happened, it just so happened that Kevin gave his old friend Lane Lord a phone call and said, hey, if you need an assistant coach, I'd be available. They hung up the phone. Coach Lord called him back, said, were you serious? And the rest is history, as Hackerod's been down in Edinburgh longer than Cade has. This is Cade's first year as a player after transferring. Nice reunion for those two down in the Valley.
Relationships, it's the networking, right? It'll
Yep.
get you places and kind of reunite for the common good.
This one knocked out of bounds. You can see Gracie Wernley has checked back in, as has Emma Troxel. It's a breather here for Hull. She's on the bench. Martin going to work again. Blocked by Sango. Earl, the rebound, blocked again by Sango. Third time for Martin. She's got it up and good. Defensive blocks, but offensive rebounds. The Wildcats win the battle there.
Just great offense will always beat great defense, and Sango did her job right there to the best of her ability. Addison Martin just did it better there offensively.
Another three in the corner, another three makes Utrgv. That's been her spot tonight. Spot it up in the left corner and let it fly.
And they say that's the hardest shot in basketball behind the arc is kind of that corner three. And, well, she's making it look easy, and just keep it coming for Utrgv.
She's got 16 on her third triple. Martin, a new season high. The jumper from the free throw line. She's got 22.
And speaking of an easy shot, you see Addison Martin 10 and in near the free throw line, and it's going in, and she's proven that here tonight with the new season high.
She's got 22, Earl with 12. Against Utrgv 16, Trotter with 10. Utrgv drive, kick to the other corner. Holloman, back rim this time. Last touch by Sango on its way out. Well, the shooting has just been phenomenal. Check out Sango going to work on the inside. Gets Martin, gets Earl, but then back in the hands of Martin, who hits the jumper.
Yeah, just great offense right there from Martin, and just the high IQ and the intangibles to recognize being able to step out and space the floor.
Wildcats with 24 points in the paint tonight compared to RGV's 6. Here's Martin again, too strong this time. Sango, nice defense. Trotter in a hurry, gives to Sango, who finishes. 100 miles an hour up the floor. Nice job, Trotter leading the transition. Sango's got the bucket, her first 2 tonight. 5-point game. Earl, a jump stop and a jump shot. It's 14 for Bella.
Yeah, it's that 1-2 punch. Earl and Martin for ACU. It's that dynamic duo. They're doing a great job, and more to come for them here in the fourth quarter.
Hackerot works against Troxel. Uses the left hand. Emma fouls her. Hackerot, the junior, went to work versus Troxel, the freshman. And more free throws coming here for Hackerot. Got her on the forearm. Hackerot's a 76% free throw shooter. Just 2 for 5 tonight, make it 2 for 6. RGV actually leads the WAC in free throw percentage at 75.6. 7 for 12 tonight after that make. 6-point game.
Now for ACU, you want to try and end the quarter here on a good note. Don't want to, similar to the end of the second quarter for UTRGV, head into the next one with some momentum. You want to take that away a little bit here for the Vaqueros.
Ashton McCory, Jashelle Johnson, also Taylor Miners have all checked in. Miners wears number 33, the 5'7" freshman. Jackson the dribble. It's half-court man-to-man. And now whistling an offensive foul call. Opposite side of the floor, didn't see it. But the foul call on Gracie Wernley. Still about an 8-second difference here, game clock and shot clock. RGV has pushed within 4 here in the quarter, the closest they've been since the first few minutes. Whistle, charge call. As Sturdivant runs over Wernley. The two teams trade offensive fouls.
Yeah, just great high IQ and recognition right there. They're trying to charge as UTRGV player was heading in momentum and picking up charges, making threes, equivalent to the same momentum.
Shot clock is off. Wildcats get the final possession. Martin again, another touch. Sango the board, a chance for a shot. Sturdivant, she's hit it before the buzzer already once tonight. Leaves that one off the rim, and that's how quarter 3 comes to an end. RGV outscores ACU 24-19 in the quarter. The Wildcats, they'll start the fourth. They've got a 6-point lead. Minutes on the fourth quarter clock. ACU has a 6-point lead. Andy Penny alongside Joseph Chapa. Boy, where'd the offense come from? That was impressive. RGV 6 of 10 from deep in that quarter. They shot 56%. Wildcats, though, overall shot 57%. The offense came alive there in quarter 3.
You know, Andy, again, I just think about what Coach Goodenough talked about UTRGV and kind of the scouting report and what was on top of her list. And again, you can go into the X's and O's and break the tape down, but it comes down to being scrappy and never quitting.
Hackerot drives to the bucket, gets the shot to go, fouled on the play. She'll go to the line to try to finish it off. Vaqueros have found a matchup they like there, Hackerot versus Troxel.
Well, and it certainly helps, again, when you have a player her size and frame and her abilities, again, to put the ball on the floor and finish aggressively, to be put in those actions.
She's the third Vaquero to get to double figures. Left the free throw short. She has 10, Trotter with 10, Sturdivant with 16. Addison Martin, a new season high with 22 tonight. Charlotte O'Keefe back on the floor, number 1, has 3 fouls, so we'll see if the Wildcats continue to pound the paint. They lead that category, 24 points to 10. 6 on the clock for Earl. Step back 3. And Trotter on a run out. Holloman a hot hand in that quarter. She had 9 on 3 threes. O'Keefe, she'll take the triple. Got the Moody Coliseum roll.
And she didn't really want to take it. Kind of hesitated a little bit, put it right foot in the line, but was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. And it paid off.
Closest RGV has been since 2-0. Again, doing it without Ayanna Dorsey. Here's a 3 left short by Hull, and the Vaqueros have possession.
Yeah, now the pressure's on the Wildcat defense. What can you do here? Do you switch up your type of coverage? Again, Utrgv just doing a great job in the pick and roll, the pick and pop here, getting their players involved. What's ACU gonna do?
Now Hackerata seeing, gets to the rim and finishes. RGV has their first lead tonight at 60-59. ACU led by 21 early in the second quarter. RGV's fought all the way back. Earl with a screen, another triple on the way. Strong, and Trotter the board. It's a 7-0 run to start the fourth. Trotter misses, charge call. And Trotter will pick up the offensive foul.
And that's what ACU needs to pick up the energy, is build up that charge wall, as they say. Again, going downhill, Trotter. There's great recognition there from Trox, that'll pick up the charge. They need some shots to fall here, Andy. They got to get some high percentage looks. And I think the bench here is encouraging Bella and the rest of the team to find those and kind of get rid of this funk that they're in shooting-wise.
Martin a breather. Meredith Mays has checked in, and an immediate offensive foul. They'll call it on Emma Troxel. I did not see it. It was away from the basketball. The two teams trade offensive fouls. No major foul trouble except for now Emma Troxel, who has 4. O'Keefe has 3 for RGV, and that's it. Hackerot squares up. Goes to work with Troxel again with 4 fouls. Emma has to let her go. Shot strong, and Mays the board. Earl works on Holloman. Jump stop, shot blocked, but a foul call. Jada Holloman the foul. It's her second.
Yeah, when shots start falling, you got to go attack to the free throw line and make your opponent think about how they're defending you. And Bella Earl did a great job there, just drawing contact, gaining their charity stripe.
So Earl at the line, and 75% free throw shooter. That makes the Wildcats 8 for 9 from the stripe tonight. Squared us back at 60. And now back on top by 1.
And the Wildcats retake the lead.
Claire Traeger has checked in for Troxel. She'll get the defensive assignment on Hackerot. Trotter picked up by Jackson. 10 on the shot clock. Trotter goes to work. Step through. Another charge call. Trotter disagrees. Jackson takes the charge this time.
And Andy, I think as we see here in less than 8 minutes left in the ball game, it's going to come down to who's going to make more self-inflicted wounds, and also flip side to that, who's going to capitalize on them. And I think we're going to see that here in kind of this short stretch.
It goes as a turnover. That's turnover number 15. Hull now works with Holloman. Lost it. Holloman saves it in, but out of bounds on the far sideline. Shot clock did not reset. 14 for this possession. Jackson top of the key, Hall a touch. Peyton trying to get into double figures. Left that one off the rim. Late whistle and a foul, and Peyton will go to the free throw line.
At the CCSB charity stripe for the Wildcats, number 10, Peyton Hall.
Hall, the team leader in points per game at 14.8. There is point number 9. She's been in double figures 18 times this year, all 12 WAC games. She's been in double figures. Misses the second, she'll stay at 9. Wildcats a 2-point lead. See if Hackerott gets a touch here. She's got it top of the key, faces up with Traeger. Back to the basket, right block. Up strong, and there's the foul. That's a tough matchup for the Wildcats, Kate Hackerott.
It is, Andy, and they're going to have to exploit that here and kind of change their coverage. And Utrgv out of the 1-4 set, kind of getting that isolation one-on-one type of action for Hackerott to kind of get in the right block, kind of her little sweet spot there, and a little turn around and draw some contact, and have to make some adjustments here defensively.
So the foul on Traeger, her third. So some foul trouble in that 4 spot with Hackerott. Officials are going to the scores table far side. They want to take a look at something. Looks like a few of the scoreboards have gone out. We still have the clocks above the backboard. Shot clock and game clock, but the scoreboards have gone out here in the arena. So we'll get a little computer reboot and try to get those back up and going. 62-60 you can see on your screen. ACU led 25-6 at the end of the first quarter. Had a 21-point lead early in the second. RGV has fought back, took a brief lead at 60-59. Wildcats back on top here at 62-60.
Saw something there from the scoreboard. It seems that trying to load back in. We'll see how that affects here in the game.
Well, keep score manually on the far side. The old pencil and paper.
I know nothing about that.
Yeah, you youngsters, I don't know anything about pencil and paper.
So we don't do scores on iPhones anymore, iPads, PlayStations. We gotta go back to pencil and paper, man. I don't know. I don't know if I can do that.
Sango an offensive board. Vaqueros have it. So scoreboards do come back on here in the arena. 5 on the clock. Sango out of position, gives it back to Trotter. Deep 3. And rebound bounces into the hands of Martin. Ball loose in the backcourt. The Wildcats lose it. Unforced turnover. Every possession critical here in the last 6 minutes. It's only turnover number 7, but that's a big one. It's the wrong part of the game here on 5:48 left. Rebounds are even tonight at 27. ACU out-rebounded RGV by 25 down in Edinburgh earlier this year, 53-28. Tonight we're deadlocked at 27 in the rebound category. Sturdivant a step on hole. Strong, Hackerott back out, Holloman. Strong again. Hull's got the loose ball, chance to run. Peyton into the paint with the left hand, got it to go.
It keeps that double-digit streak alive here, Andy, that you were talking about earlier. Again, less than 5 minutes left to play. This is kind of the chess match that we're going to see between these two teams.
Hackerott back to work versus Traeger and another foul. And now Traeger has 4 fouls. Hackerott back to the line. 5 minutes remaining tonight. ACU, they've got the 3-point lead. Come back with us. It's going to be a great finish. WAC basketball on ESPN. Kate Hackerott at the line. Here's a look at Jada Holloman. Wanted to give her dad, Will, a shout out. Jada's brother, Tay Holloman, plays at UT San Antonio. They're playing Charlotte tonight. Will on his Instagram page today said, I got to flip back and forth between 2 games on ESPN+. So, Will, hope you're enjoying this one. Jada's playing well tonight. We're coming down to the stretch. Hackerott a 1-for-2 trip. But O'Keefe keeps it alive for the Vaqueros. RGV took a brief lead here early in the quarter. Wildcats back on top from the charity stripe. Hackerott a 3. Traveled, though, as she caught the ball. Didn't catch it cleanly. Shuffled the feet as she tried to square it up and shoot it. Hackerott closing in on a double-double. 14 points, 9 rebounds. Sturdivant with 16. Trotter with 10. Martin leads the way with 22. She's back in after a breather. Troxel with 4 fouls. Goes to work. Gives back to Jackson. Bella Earl also closing in on a double-double. 16 points, 8 rebounds. Peyton Hull going to work here in the 4th quarter.
And that's what you turn to, Andy, here in the 4th. And what got you here is that great 1-2 tandem of Earl and Martin. And then now Peyton Hull just trying to wrap a bow on it.
The 3-time WAC newcomer of the week, Peyton Hull. She's now got 13. 2-possession game with 4 minutes left. Hackerott pick and roll with O'Keefe. Missed it at the rim. Lob pass, easy catch. Missed it again at the rim. 2 good looks for O'Keefe, just could not finish.
ACU's got to capitalize on here. This is too good of an opportunity not to score here and put the pressure back on the Vaqueros.
Hull starting to feel it. Competitors fire from Hull and Earl and Martin. Bella going to work. Sturdivant blocks it out of bounds. 7 on the shot clock for the Wildcats.
Yeah, again, you see it here. Earl just trying great contact and gaining another possession.
Bella with 5 on the clock. Entry pass tapped away. Gonna have to fire one in a hurry. Shot clock's gonna run out. The violation. Good defensive set for RGV. Holloman between the legs dribble. O'Keefe hit a 3 earlier. We'll give it back, Holloman. Up and under. Hackerott, she's got a double-double. And Sturdivant missed the shot. Sturdivant, who was hot late in the 2nd, early in the 3rd, has missed her last few.
We talked earlier, Andy, about using all of your energy and momentum to get here. And where does that go when it needs to matter, right? With kind of you're almost in your 2-minute drill. I think we're seeing it here.
Is there enough energy to finish? Earl going to work. Troxel looking at a 3. Martin, right place, right time, and she'll finish.
And it's those key moments that makes the difference here late in the game.
Lane Lord needs a timeout, wants to talk to his players. Boy, you're right. RGV took the lead at 60-59. Since that point, it's a 9-2 Wildcat run. Do the Vaqueros have enough left in the tank to finish this off? The last 5 minutes, it's been Wildcats.
And it's been number 12, Edison Martin, just leading the way for her Wildcats. Bella Earl, Peyton Hull, the whole crew just doing a fantastic job. And again, goes back to our conversation. If UTRGV making all these shots in a row, what happens when you miss that first one? How are you going to react? What's your next game plan? It's kind of like, again, chess match. You take away something from your opponent. How are you going to open up your next move and attack? Again, down 6 here with a lot of basketball left to be played. Even if there was 3 seconds left in the game, there's a lot of basketball left to be played here in Moody Coliseum. What is ACU going to do to defend the 3-point shooting of UTRGV, and how's UTRGV going to combat their defense?
WAC Vegas a month away. 2 teams jockeying for position. Down the stretch we come the last month. Down the stretch we come tonight. Hackerut's been the hot hand, a double-double, 14 points, 11 rebounds. Holloman back rim on a deep three. Trox to the board, she'll throw it off Sturdivant's leg.
And then you don't want to fall into forcing the shots, right? Well, we made them before, and we're just going to keep shooting. It's no, the game changes according to the defensive coverage, and I think they're going to have to exploit that, but it starts here by getting some stops.
Vaqueros now 0 for their last 9 field goals. Martin against O'Keefe. Hackerut another board, and Bella fouls her in the backcourt. That's team foul number 5. Will walk the floor, shoot bonus free throws.
Yeah, bad decision right there from Earl, just to foul there. Again, I can see kind of the flip side of stopping that transition play. Utrgv has done a fantastic job of getting up and down the floor with some threes, but with 1:57 left to get them in the bonus, just not good recipe here for ACU.
Hackerut 5 of 12 at the line, 6 of 13. It's an RGV team again that leads the conference in free throw percentage at 75.5, but just 10 for 18 tonight. Back to a 4-point game. O'Keefe lost her footing. Martin, not your three-point shooter, especially that early in the shot clock. Jackson. Martin back to the basket, goes to work against O'Keefe. 5 on the clock. Earl a 3. Here comes RGV down by 4. And a foul on the outside, and more free throws coming for the Vaqueros as Hull fouls Holloman.
You can play the best defense all you want for all 24 seconds, but again, you reaching fouls, the shooting fouls, all those different things, they're gonna add up, and they're starting to for ACU, these self-inflicted wounds. You gotta stay locked in and dialed in for all of the rest of this fourth quarter.
Jada the make, she's the 4th Vaquero into double figures now with 10. She made 3 triples in that third quarter, part of that great comeback. 3-point game, 1:15 left.
Yeah, protect the basketball here if you're ACU. Get a good shot and get ready to go back on defense.
Troxel with 10 on the clock. Martin, a look at a jumper. Buries another one. 26 for the sophomore. Julie good enough timeout. It's a 2-possession game.
Best shot that you could have asked for there. Running your set, trying to get Addison Martin an open look, and you go to her bread and butter. No, it's not on the post. It's out there near the elbow. A little bit of a Tim Duncan-like. He can score inside near the rim. He can stretch out the floor. She is one of the best offensive players here for the Wildcats. She proves it each and every game. And again, a lot of basketball left to be played with, and now that same intensity has got to be matched here on the defensive side as you go up against the Vaqueros.
26 points on 11 of 17 shooting for Addison tonight, 4 of 5 at the line. She's got 8 rebounds in 30 minutes. Again, 2 weeks ago, she wasn't even on the floor. With the ankle injury, she missed 4 games. She's been back for 2. I don't think she was at 100%. I don't think you can doubt that she's at 100% tonight. She is closing in on a career high. Her season high was 20 versus Stephen F. Austin. Last year, she scored 29 versus Sam Houston. Again, she's at 26 tonight. See what type of play Coach Lord drew up. It's a handoff to Trotter. Quick layup up and good. Charge call. The 3rd foul that Trotter has taken on the offensive end tonight. Take it off the board.
We talked about how Coach Goodenough talked about hanging your hat on the defensive end, and it starts with having the identity of taking charges. No one really comes to Division I basketball and says, I want to take charges, but I think this team does, and that makes a difference here. It's going to make the difference here moving forward.
Julia Goodenough will take the timeout. It's an RGV run now. Again, 0 for their last 9. They have not hit a field goal in 7 minutes and 42 seconds. They've been at the free throw line a lot here in the quarter, but have not hit a field goal in almost the entire quarter. And look at Emma Troxel again take that charge.
And Stu Ardeman was wide open there in the weak side corner, and that's something that you have to recognize if you're Utrgv, if you're driving UC2, you already know the one nearest to the basket is going to take a charge. Immediately jump stop, and you kick it out to that corner, make or miss. That is a great offensive possession right there. You don't want to turn the ball over and draw a charge there. If you're Utrgv, ACU's just done a great job at hanging their hat on the defensive end with that identity, with taking charges and doing little things.
The timeout moves the basketball into the front court. Earl against a double team and a reach in on O'Keefe. O'Keefe has her fourth. Bella Earl to the line in the bonus. Bella has reached double-double status tonight, 16 points, 10 rebounds. It's her fifth double-double of the year. Six-point game, 49 seconds left. RGV's been hot from three. Utrgv left side. Holloman's got a chance. She'll drive baseline. Got it to go. Whistle and a foul. Chance for a three-point play. Jada Holloman to the line. And a free throw will make it a one-possession game.
Great job right here, just being aggressive. Come baseline, you know, Bella Earl's playing that help side defense. Didn't draw a charge and able to get a potential and one opportunity here, but a chance for, like you said all night, Andy, Utrgv, the best free throw shooting percentage team in the Western Athletic Conference. They got a chance to prove it.
Stays a two-possession game with 36 left. And there's a Utrgv foul. It becomes a free throw shooting contest as long as it's a two-possession game.
Foul number 21, Ariana Utrgv.
I was curious there if she makes the free throw, does RGV play out a possession? There was about 38 seconds left. Do they play out a possession down three? But now down four, have to foul. And it's Zoe Jackson, 68% free throw shooter. Clutch on the first. Six-point game, 2-for-2 trip.
Yeah, that's someone who you want on the free throw line here in clutch situations if you're the Wildcats.
Wildcat fans, on your feet, 33.9 seconds.
RGV in a hurry, here comes Holloman. Trotter, step back. Troxel a rebound. And Jackson fouled again. The shots that were falling there in the third quarter for the Vaqueros just have not fallen here in the fourth.
And that was always the test. You can do it for all three and 3 3/4 away, but when you get into that final piece of the ball game, where's that energy and momentum that you had all game? And they just missed it.
RGV took the lead with 8:34 left at 60-59. Since that point, ACU's been on a 15-7 run. Now have the 7-point lead. They'll take the timeout to advance it into the front court, but now down 3 possessions. You got to catch and fire in a hurry if you're the Vaqueros.
Absolutely, Andy. Catch and fire, make or miss. You miss, you go and extend it to the free throw game and hope that they miss. But you make and go into your full court press, and whether that's a diamond or whether just a regular man-to-man full court press, you got to get a turnover here. You got to make something happen. This is where your playmakers start to shine towards the end of the stretch.
ACU is back at home on Saturday. They'll play host to Stephen F. Austin, the final of a 4-game homestand for the Wildcats. trying to go to 3-0 here in this homestand with a win tonight. RGV is on the road. They'll head to Arlington on Saturday, an afternoon contest with the Mavericks of UTA. UTA came in the 5th place spot in the conference, half a game ahead of ACU. They were 7-6. Wildcats are 6-6. UT Arlington is at Tarleton tonight.
20.2 seconds. Let's get on your feet and make some noise.
It's been a great game tonight, Joseph. Quality 40 minutes tonight.
It's been fantastic. Thursday night basketball. Couldn't have asked for a better match.
Hacker on a touch, a whistle though on the outside. They'll call a foul on Bella Earl. A holding foul. I think Holloman was trying to get loose. Earl had a tug of the jersey. Two-for-two trip, it's a 5-point game. And now a Julie Goodenough timeout.
In for the Vaqueros, number 4, Giselle Johnson. And we have a timeout, ACU.
I think at this point it's take care of the basketball, get to the free throw line, make your free throws, and try to squeeze out of here.
Come up with a strategy to get, Zoe Jackson the ball in her hands here off the inbounds. She's been very clutch in the free throw line. And then from there, you just continue to, again, protect the basketball, close this game out here with 18 seconds flat left here in the ball game. Your Utrgv got to foul quick, create a turnover, do something here off the inbounds, make a play. And if you do that, you got to go out and get an efficient shot.
All right, fans, let's do it again. 18 seconds on your feet.
Wildcats are 14 of 18 at the stripe tonight. Hall is off the floor as Claire Graham is in. Ball is deflected into the hands of Holloman. Here come the Vaqueros. Holloman on her way to the rim. Troxel aboard. And there's the foul with 8.2.
Well, those were two things that you didn't want. Number one, ACU didn't protect the basketball, but also number two, Utrgv didn't get the high-quality shot that they needed off of the turnover. And then now ACU goes back to the free throw line, extended to be a free throw game.
Emma has not been to the line tonight. She's a 64% free throw shooter. The freshman from Bushland hits the first. (76-69) with 8.2 left. One final push here for RGV. Trotter in the front court. Step back three. And that's how this one will come to an end. Great 40 minutes of basketball tonight. At the end of the night, Addison Martin and company get the win. It's ACU 76, Utrgv 69. ACU evens up their record at 11-11, 7-6 in the WAC, their first 3-game winning streak of the season. Utrgv falls to 5-17 and now 4-9 in conference. Give credit where credit is due. ACU a great start. RGV fought all the way back. ACU a great finish.
Utrgv just never, ever gave up. And that is true for all teams that they go up against in the WAC. And just kudos to Addison Martin, Bella Earl, Peyton Hull. ACU just put in a fantastic all-around effort here tonight against a team that, again, you just never can predict what's going to happen, never gives up.
For RGV, 4 in double figures. Kate Hacker on a double-double, 16 points, 13 rebounds. Ariana Sturdivant had 16 points. Jada Holloman had 14. 10 points tonight for Tierra Trotter. For the Wildcats, 3 in double figures. Peyton Hull with 13. Bella Earl a double-double, 17 points, 10 rebounds. The sophomore, Addison Martin, 26 points, 9 rebounds. Let's send it over to Matthew.
With Addison Martin. Addison, 26 points, 9 rebounds, a career game for you. How did you do it?
Honestly, I just went out there and just played hard, played my best, because I know my teammates were going to really need me this game. You know, credit to Utrgv, like, they're a hard team to beat, and they've been playing really well lately, so we knew we had to come out here and play very well and get a win.
Of course, and then looking ahead against Stephen F. Austin on Saturday, how do you continue this success and momentum?
We got to come into practice tomorrow and work really hard and know that we can beat anybody that we want to as long as we set our minds to it. And so as long as we do that, have each other's back and have fun with it, we can win.
Thanks, guys. Josh, up to you.
Thanks, Matthew. Yeah, so Roman, completely different ball game there in the second half, right up until that last bit when ACU was able to get a handle back on it. What did you see there in the second half?
Well, coming out of halftime, the Vaqueros just started shooting the ball. They shot really well from 3 in the third quarter, and just especially all around. They just shot really well, kind of allowed ACU's defense to collapse a little bit, and had a big third quarter. Got the Wildcats on the ropes a little bit there, but ACU able to, scratch their way through that fourth quarter, get the defense going again, and then had a big streak of scoreless time for the Vaqueros there. So they were able to just kind of lean on Addison Martin and Bella Earl. Bella Earl with a double-double tonight, 17 and 10, and then Addison Martin 1 rebound away from that double-double. So just a really great fourth quarter that kind of saved the Wildcats here.
Yep. Yeah, so Wildcats have one more game here in this homestand. What do they need to do in order to finish out the rest of this season and just finish out to the rest of the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's in the home stretch here. This one home game this weekend is going to be really important, and then going to the road, or on the road, they're going to need to win some of those games and then come back home to end it. It's going to be an important stretch here, but they've got what it takes, and Julie Goodenough hoping to keep her above 500 season streak alive here with the Wildcats.
All right, well, UTRVG able to hold on until the very end, but ACU able to hold it out and get to 7-6 in conference play. I've been Joshua Varner. This is Roman Raffelli, and we're going to send it back down to Joseph and Andy down at the bottom. Guys, back to you.
Joshua, Roman, great job. It's a 3-game winning streak for the Wildcats.
Fantastic game all around for ACU. I think this is just a taste of what's coming up for ACU.
Joseph, great job, my friend. Enjoyed it on the airwaves. Hey, this has been a presentation of the Western Athletic Conference on ESPN. All games are airing on the ESPN networks. They're streaming live. They're archived on the ESPN app. 76-69 ACU, a winner tonight versus RGV. Until next time, for Joseph Chapa, Matthew Dela Cruz, Joshua Varner, Roman Raffelli, and the whole crew led by Jalen Garrett and Hutton Harris. I'm Andy Penny saying so long. Take care. Good night from Abilene, Texas.